Okay, let's get this all set up here. Hello. This, I don't know if there's anything actually real in this cutscene. Do I have a whole bunch of viewers now? Hello, people! Testing, testing. Okay, yeah, my audio is good, I suppose. Hey, Snow Fuego. I don't know if this viewer list is actually accurate. It's showing me as having all sorts of people watching, but I don't know if that's true. Okay, LeAngelis is watching. Morning. Or evening for me, but I guess it's morning-ish for you. Just, quickly go into this skateboarding mode for whatever reason it's in the game. So yeah, there's a skateboarding mini game. It's essentially Tony Hawk. In this game, you can play as Snake or Raiden. So obviously we'll play as Snake. This deck. quickly showing you this because it's so stupid. I don't understand. My what I read is that essentially this was shown. I don't remember if this was a demo for Tony Hawk, or if this was something that was shown as a demo of the engine for Metal Gear Solid. So yeah, it's not even like it's just. Pretty much just a skateboarding game with all sorts of basic functionality. And of course, like a punk remix of the theme. That was pretty rad. So, okay, so that's boring enough. We'll actually start the game because there's actually some people watching. So I plan on streaming for about 2 hours, which should give some time before Felicia's stream, so that I can eat. Pro Metal Gear skaters. So we're doing the full tanker plant mission, which is just because the game is sort of split into two parts, the tanker and then the plant. So we're going to do the whole game. We'll play on normal. Given that it defaulted to radar type 2, we are going to just go with that, because why not? The story is fictional.
The Hudson River, 2 years ago. We had classified intelligence that a new type of Metal Gear was scheduled for transport. The whole thing stank, but our noses had been out in the cold too long.
Oh yes, I did. I will change that while the cutscene is gone. Oh yeah, Super Mario Bros. Is like a documentary. Alright, so I think I changed the title. Enough. These photorealistic graphics. PlayStation 2 quality right here. I've got my little Koopa Troopa sitting next to me right now. He's just enjoying some time wrapped up in a towel. Stealth gear. You're a purist. Choo-choo. So Toyota. Yes, admittedly the graphics are extremely good in this game for a PlayStation 2 game.
He's right on schedule. He'll know soon enough.
It's just as you go along through the series, the graphics just increase in quality so much. Although GTA 3 didn't really intend to have particularly realistic graphics, it was sort of cartoony anyway. But yeah, it was still pretty blocky.
This is Snake. Do you read me, Otacon?
Loud and clear, Snake.
Kept you waiting, huh? I'm at the sneak point.
Everything going okay?
The stealth camo's busted. Landing impact.
We must have overused it. Sorry, but you're gonna have to deal with it. You're not in
Deal
the
with it.
military anymore.
Right. I didn't plan on relying on this gadget anyway.
The private sector's not so bad, is it? Privacy guaranteed?
I'm happy as long as no one gives me any more unwanted gifts.
You mean that thing with Naomi?
And I can't say I miss the chattering nanny.
Mei Ling's not so bad. That reminds me, I have to get in touch with her again about that new Natick flashware.
Diverting toys from the SSCEN again? Give her a message from me. Someone will find out, sooner or later. She's better off assuming it's sooner and quit while she's safe.
Too true. Okay, Snake, let's get to work. You know how the technical specs of Metal Gear were sold on the black market after Shadow Moses?
All Ocelot's doing.
Exactly. And now every state, group, and .com has its own version of Metal Gear.
Not exactly a classified weapon for today's nuclear powers.
This new one seems to have been designed to wipe the floor with all the other models. The only consistent description is that it's an amphibious, anti-Metal Gear vehicle.
That explains why this one is under Marine Corps jurisdiction.
I'm sure they had a
Mission
good time
objective
with
is
the
to make
motorcycle.
visual confirmation of the new Metal Gear being transported by that tanker and bring back photographic evidence. But I want you first to go up to the top level of the infrastructure, to the bridge. We need to find out where the tanker is headed.
A little reconnaissance, huh?
There's too much we don't know about this new prototype. Capabilities, deployment method. We don't even know how close it is to completion. If we know where the testing arena is, I can start to draw some reasonable conclusions.
All right, I'll head to the bridge ASAP.
Try to avoid confrontations. Our goal is to collect evidence on Metal Gear development and expose it to the world. It would be best if you could get out of there without alerting anyone.
Don't worry, I know the drill. We're not terrorists.
Very good. Don't you forget that you're part of Philanthropy now, an anti-Metal Gear organization and officially recognized by the UN.
Recognized, but still fringe, Otacon.
All right, let's look at your gear. Your weapon is a tranquilizer gun converted from a Beretta M92F.
M9.
It's a little hard to work with because you have to reload after each shot since the slide locks.
Better than scavenging at the mission site. Good suppressor, too.
The chemical stun will take effect in a few seconds and last for hours. You can take down an elephant with that thing. Check out the laser sighting, too. The effects of the anesthetic round will vary depending on what part of the body is hit. We're talking about a difference of tens of seconds between hitting limbs, chest, or head. As for the equipment... Hey, Snake, cigarettes? What's wrong with you?
It's kind of a lucky charm.
You haven't read the Surgeon General's warning, have you? Here's the digital camera. Works almost the same way as your old one.
They don't look armed.
Hey, Earth to Snake. These are nice, upstanding Marines, not terrorists. Don't get caught. You're in stealth mode here.
sure, and if it comes to that, a little beauty sleep never hurt anyone. By the way, Otacon, are you sure of this intelligence?
Absolutely. Hacked it out of the Pentagon's classified files myself.
No traces?
Oh, please, I'm too good for that.
But this might be a trap. Remember, there's a price on our heads.
You're just being paranoid.
I hope so. Those men, you wouldn't think they were anything but civilians from here.
With all the ships passing on the river and in the harbor, putting uniformed Marines on the deck would be a bad idea. People can get a clear view of the water from Riverside, too.
The water line is too high. According to the navigational plans, this ship should have discharged its cargo upriver.
It's in there, no doubt about it.
The military trains you to watch for threats from the stern on a boat. That's SOP for counter-terror ops, too. Security should be tighter.
You worry too much.
Where's the target?
Satellite surveillance is a major international pastime these days. I'd say the cargo holds, safely below the deck. Do you see the entrance to the holds?
Looks like there are a few entryways into the crew quarters.
So it's worth noting this game is noted for its very long cutscenes.
What? Looks like we're not the only ones after Metal Gear tonight.
Is that a chopper I just heard?
Affirmative. Probably another cavalry. It's their game. Hijack?
They're probably targeting the ship's controls.
Otacon, how many men do you need to take over a tanker of this size?
The ship is run by a computer, so I'd say about 18 people.
AKS 74U. Russians?
Russians.
You sure?
No Marine barber touched that head of hair.
Got a hat like
I'm
that?
transmitting
There's a
code.
button on the
Let's
front.
get an ID on him ASAP.
I'm on it.
Looks like the tanker's theirs now. K-60 Kasatka.
Kasatka? Kamov chopper, right? Killer whale.
We need to get a fix on who they are.
Judging by their transport, aren't they some kind of military commandos?
Not necessarily. It could be the KA-62, the civil model.
Look, Snake, all we need is the photographic evidence of Metal Gear. As long as we have those, we can put it online and blow the whole thing wide open. So no pyrotechnics, okay?
All right. I'll do my best.
This isn't like Shadow Moses. Reach me if anything happens. The frequency's 141.12.
How can I check in and save my
141.12.
progress?
I'll do it. There's a frequency set aside for it. 140.96.
14096.
Sorry, but no Mei Ling this time. Call me on the codec when you want to save.
Got it.
I'll be waiting just past the Verrazano Bridge. You need to be off that ship by then.
I'll be in touch.
Okay, I'm actually playing now. So, this game actually has a first-person mode, which is a lot better than the aiming in the other one. Just need to kind of get used to these controls after I've been playing the other game for so long. Oops. Did not mean to do that. Yes, 14096 was the save frequency. Although, again, I think... Yeah, I can just... Don't need to remember those ones. Oops. Let's drop down. Oh shit, that's bad. Alright, I got him. Nah, don't bother.
Snake, go through that door into the ship's interior. Push the action button down in front of the door and wait until the door opens before letting go. If you need to open the door faster, hit the action button repeatedly while you turn the handle. Make sure you keep doing it until the door's open.
What's my action button? That's not my action button. That's the action button. I must break you. Rations. Oops. Yeah, and the other one you started out with a lot less life, and you like get incremented as you beat the bosses. Mei-Ling. Yeah, she changed her job in this one. That looks comfortable. I always sleep with my face jammed up against the wall. The graphics actually look pretty nice in this game. No, you saw nothing.
There's somebody there.
No, there is nobody here. Camera. Chaff grenades. Trying to do here. Shit. So those guys were knocked out easier because I'd already kind of shot them with tranq darts, just not somewhere that would affect them quickly. What did you expect it to be in Minnesota?
So it is the Kasaka. Russian choppers.
I just looked up who Adrian Peterson was. So he's a Minnesota football player. Oh, and beating his 4-year-old son with a tree branch. Classy.
Snake, did you find out where that ship is headed?
I'm looking at it. 35 degrees longitude, latitude around 58.
More than 500 miles off the coast of the Bermudas, out in the middle of the Atlantic. So the prototype is ready for solo testing. It's basically combat-worthy. That area is outside the Second Fleet's operational range, too. It must be a standalone Marine Corps project, which means this prototype Metal Gear must be designed for independent deployment, without any naval assistance. Anyway, analysis can wait till later. Snake, you need to go down to the holds and locate the actual metal...
Hmm? Oh, I think I've seen... I saw a report like that somewhere. I don't remember where it was that I saw it. like that side.
Shalashashka has landed. I'm on my way to the tanker holds. Report your status.
Control room, communications and engine room are under control. All entry and exit points to the tanker hold secured. Infrared sensors placed and operational.
Good work. Are the explosives in place?
Yes, they are all planted.
Listen, once we have what we came for, the tanker will be scuttled.
And the vehicle's pilot.
He's the only one who underwent the VR training. No one else can do it.
Are you sure you can trust him?
Your part in the mission is complete. You are to leave at once.
No, it's not over yet.
I can see the moon, even in this storm, pale as death. I have a bad feeling about this mission. You swore this to me, that you would leave the unit once the mission was complete. Do not worry. This is a country of liberty.
No, this is where I belong, with the unit. I have nowhere else to go. Father, I want to stay and fight.
There is no choice to make here, Olga. Need I remind you that you are carrying my grandchild? You will be on the helicopter out of here now.
Damn it.
Freeze! Hands over your head, now! Toss your gun overboard, slowly. A woman. Show your face.
You men, you're all the same.
Who are you?
We are nomads. Wanderers.
I said don't move.
Americans. So you shoot women too.
I'm a nomad too. What else do you have there? Take the knife and toss it. Not there. Toss it overboard. Hold that position. Now, turn around.
You know what you're doing. Stop raining. Not too shabby, is it?
I wish that was an
New
option.
York, I mean. And that brings our tour to its conclusion.
Scout knife with a surprise. You a Spetsnaz?
I think you deserve a little credit. No one's ever dodged that shot of mine. But no one gets lucky
Yep,
twice
hairy
either.
armpits.
I've been with the unit since I was born. I grew up on the battlefield. Conflict and victory were my parents. The unit is my life, my family. We've shared everything. I have no one, nothing except the unit. Nothing else
Come on.
matters to me. Whoever you are, you're not stopping us.
This is a lot easier than I remember. Don't worry, I have rations. don't think Olga's the one who dances with snakes. No, run, idiot. Still love how these little drones look in this game.
Cypher? Otacon, the ship appears to be under their control. The men have Russian gear, but I haven't been able to find out anything else about their origin.
I know who they are.
You do?
We've ID'd the old man.
Who is he?
Sergei Gerlukovich.
Gerlukovich, one of Ocelot's allies.
Yeah, the GRU colonel. He's the one Ocelot was supposed to meet up with after Shadow Moses.
They're after Metal Gear.
Everything's changed. This is not going to be as simple as we thought.
You could say that. I saw a
Hey, does that
surveillance
mirror?
remote just now. It looked like the Cypher.
A Marine Cypher T?
No, Army.
First the Marines, then the Russians, now the Army?
You're right. This isn't gonna be simple.
Snake, there's something I have to tell you.
What?
We didn't dig up this info about the new Metal Gear on our own. Not like usual.
How did you find out then?
It was a tip. An anonymous tip.
Anonymous? You've never trusted those. Why would you start now?
I have a younger sister, a stepsister. We have different parents. I only knew her for 2 years.
You've never mentioned her before. So?
The sender of the tip was EE.
Oh, Chinese
Her
food.
name is Emma, but
Damn it.
I always call her
I saw her
EE.
labness was
Emma?
saying maybe pizza
Yeah,
or
it
Chinese
just caught
food.
my eye, you know.
Now I'm gonna have to order
I figured
Chinese
it was
food
a coincidence, but
for
I
the
couldn't get it
stream
out of
later.
my mind. There's really no one out there who knows about her.
When was the last time you saw her?
Over 10 years ago.
You think it's a trap? To lure us out here?
I don't know. After I got the tip, I did break into the Pentagon system to get confirmation.
Okay.
Watch your back, Snake. Maybe I screwed up.
I've got a light-equipped USP. I can take them on now. There's no ammo, but it takes a 9mm, just like the Marines' M9. I'll find those somewhere around here.
Don't raise too much racket with that thing.
I hear you.
I'm not sure if I'm lazy enough to have it delivered. There's a place that's pretty good that's like maybe a minute by car, so I'll probably just order some for pickup. Oh right, yeah. So in this game there are you can pick up bodies and move them, if I can remember how. You have to have your weapon unequipped. Ah, there we go. Yeah, weapon unequipped. And so yeah, so you pick up their body and drop it, and they'll drop stuff, such as dog tags. Wet box? No better type of box. Cardboard boxy. Hold on. I turned up the like brightness on this my capture last time, and I think it's kind of too bright now. Give me a second. Oh, I can do default. Perfect. That's better. Not so like blasted out. Yeah. Put your snake in the box. Oh god. Best part is the box view.
Snake, wait! Don't move!
I see it. Some kind of device on both sides of the hall. Infrared sensors?
Right, and they're linked to...
Let me guess. Semtex.
Exactly. Plastic explosives.
So this is what they were talking about.
Looks like it. If you trip the sensors...
I'll be sleeping with the fishes, along with this entire ship.
That sounds about right. There aren't that many infrared beams. Maybe you can get past those without setting off the explosives. If you need to see exactly where the beams are, you can use the usual method. There's a fire extinguisher over there. Break it open and try scattering some of the extinguishing chemicals.
That's one way to do it. You saw nothing. See if those guys got anything good. Come on. Sometimes you can make them drop ammo and stuff, so that's kind of useful. Don't worry, I'll just repeatedly drag his body like up through my crotch. I've got a cold? What the hell? That's another good sleeping position. It's one of my favorites. Good old neck breaker. Yeah, they're trying. I've got a trank gun. Ooh. Some bullets for my not trank gun. But we'll keep using the trank gun. Yep. I'm sure there's cold medicine around here somewhere to deal with it, but for now I'm stuck with the sneeze, which will alert the guards. Come on. I know you got something. Rations. Oh, what's in here? What's in here? Okay, why can't I get downstairs? 'Cause I came up through those doors. Come through the other side? Why does only one side work? What's the point of that? Oh, I like the little camera that shows you what they were alerted by. That's cool. I don't remember that. Alright, let's put him in the most comfortable sleeping position. The head down. This boat is not docked. In fact, it's going down the Hudson River. Yeah, they just think they'll have naps all over the hallways and stuff. Oh shit.
Raven?
Very odd that this is even a thing. Like, why is that there beyond just like a random callback? Very odd. want your stuff. Oops. See what he's got on him. He must have something. Oh man, I'm gonna slip all over these marbles. This guy doesn't have anything, he's just there to like piss you off. Oops. Yeah, this is a PS2 game. Got the box right here. It's 2003, looks like. Oh, this is, but yeah, I mean, it's the same game. This is the Substance, Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance, so I think it was like essentially a re-release. And of course, this is also a reprinting of a re-release. Oh yeah, well, I mean, the real thing is it's just going to the PS2. The graphic quality from that was amazing. Look at this guy. He thinks he's got everything covered. Want your stuff. Drop your stuff. I think pretty much everyone will drop things. It's just a matter of how long you pick up and drop their corpse. Note that he steps carefully over their bodies so as to not wake them up. Oh, yeah. No, Felicia starts in 2 hours, doesn't she? Yeah, okay, yeah. Thought I'd completely lost track of time there. Yeah, I was planning on... Yes, it's 6 Pacific would be 9 Eastern time, which is my time, and it's just about 7 o'clock. It's 2 hours, believe me. And I'm only planning to go for another hour anyway, so there'll be a... so that I can get food too.
repair of the entranceway to the engine room on the port side is complete. We'll return to position following control of the small room on the port side.
No, you won't. There we go, yeah, Mira knows what's up.
There's another set of infrared sensors in place. If you touch that, the explosives will detonate and that ship will be pulverized.
I'm not in the mood to go sleep with the fishes, but there are too many sensors. Looks like I'll have to find another way.
No need to worry. There's a way through. Take a close look. Do you see the thing with blinking green lights right next to the explosives? That's the control unit for the sensors. Destroy that, and the sensors stop functioning. You can't get in close enough to touch it, so you'll have to shoot it out. But the M9's knockout rounds won't work. The USP you picked up should do the trick. Use that gun.
So this is all introducing a whole lot of new mechanics that they put in. And also this teaches you to actually aim, because if you miss, you shoot the explosives, and that's not a good thing. Okay, so that's that deactivated. I'm just gonna go with the SIGs. Oops. Oh, I see, yes, okay. Good thing I didn't run through it, because there's another set of sensors. Or there's another thingy up there, somewhere. Just need to, oops. I want to close this. And this. And that is Hideo Kojima, I believe, who's the creator of the game. And I don't know who that is, but... Okay, so I see. How come I can see the green when I'm standing here, but I... This thing? Not that, because that's, Oh, I have to stand on here. Yeah, there we go. You. And we still got one more to go. Also, the cigarettes really, really are bad for your health. Fairly certain that's it on top. Yep. Hey, Menenius. No boom here.
Verrazano Bridge checkpoint passed. All non-essential personnel report to the holds in 10 minutes' time for the scheduled briefing session with the Commandant. Your order.
Did I already say hey, Menenius? Yes, I did. No explosions. No weird boobies that I'm aware of. I'm trying to think. Nothing yet, at least. I would hope Twitch wouldn't put strain on your graphics card. What I actually find amusing is how much louder the PlayStation 2 is than my desktop computer. It's actually amazing. My computer is almost silent, and the PlayStation is just roaring away. We got a guy rocking out. Oh yeah. That sucks. Your internet seems really bad, Leangelos. But I guess that's, that guy is already asleep. And I just managed to wake him up. I guess you said it was like 1.5 or 2 meg or something. So, yeah. Not very fun. At my parents' cottage, we have internet. The only service we can get is DSL, and we're 7 kilometers from the 7 kilometers from the DSLAM. So we get the 1.5 or 2 there as well, and it's not a lot of fun. Relatively stable though, which is a good thing. I don't know if I actually needed to do that or not, but I did. May as well take full advantage of my rations.
We have sealed the stern hatch. The lift is also under our control. Sir, the Marine Commander has started his speech already. All communications to the holds have been severed.
Massage,
no one is aware
quotes.
of our presence. Yes, sir. We will secure your exit with our lives if necessary.
There is one more thing.
Yes, sir.
My daughter, keep her safe.
Yes, sir.
Who goes there?
Nobody. on, don't crouch. Okay, I should switch to a rail gun. I think I've got a flashlight on my gun. Oh, what are these guys peeking out? Oh, I can't go forward? What is this? That was completely useless. What's with these grenades that don't go anywhere? There we go. Come on. Alright, just line up for your mag darts. Team Human Inc. Don't need to heal. Automatic healing when I have my rations equipped. Sneaky, sneaky.
Who goes there? Oh, Shalashaska. Why are you here? We thought you were with the Colonel. What the?
The Colonel will be joining you soon, comrade.
Boris doesn't exist yet. I think Boris was only introduced in Metal Gear Rising.
Snake, are you in yet? Have you made it to the holds?
It's taking longer than I expected. We've already passed the Verrazano Bridge.
All right, we'll use another recovery point.
They may be planning to change course.
What?
The exits to the deck are all sealed.
What are they planning?
If they get Metal Gear, we're going right off the fringe.
I don't think it matters. If your book sells,
The men down here are definitely
then
Marines.
how bad can it be?
If the deck is sealed off, they have no way of knowing that the ship's been taken over.
I'm not interested in fighting these guys. The weapons won't do me much good here.
Can you see Metal Gear?
No, I'll have to go around to the bow. They have some serious defenses here. I doubt the recent arrivals want to blast their way through the Marines either.
Wonder where they're headed.
I don't know. Not the beach, that's for sure.
Okay, Snake. Let's go over this one more time. Use this camera to get photographic evidence of the Metal Gear prototype. Now do your thing and take pictures that speak louder than the government's plausible denials. We need 4 shots. Metal Gear from the front, front right, and front left, and a close-up of the Marine Corps marking.
Marking?
There should be a Marine's insignia on the body of Metal Gear. Just let someone try explaining away a clear shot of that.
All right.
There's actually one little thing.
Just spit it out. I'm used to things going wrong.
It looks like someone's monitoring our transmission.
Uh-oh.
Who?
I don't have a clue. All they're doing is watching. It would creep me out less if they tried to interfere with our communications.
Could it have something to do with that cipher we saw?
Maybe. I've switched the encryption protocol for our burst transmission for now. What I want to do is use a different method for sending these photos, just in case.
Instead of using the codec?
Exactly. There's a workstation in the southeast corner of the block where Metal Gear is housed. I've made arrangements so that you can send the pictures from the machine.
Arrangements?
I hitched a ride on Link 16 into U.S. military's proprietary network. Managed to get into that workstation and overwrote a part of the system software so I could remote install a little app I wrote.
Why bother with anything that complicated?
Noting that
it's
he
pretty
used the term
simple,
app.
really. Look,
And
all you have to do
this
is
is
stand in front
2001
of the
when this was
machine
first
and
released?
push the action button. The app will automatically launch and download the image data from the camera, split the files, and encrypt them individually. The data packets can then masquerade as...
Okay. So all I have to do is push the action button in front of the computer once I have the pictures, right?
Well, sure, if you put it that way. And one more thing. The Commandant's already begun his speech, but you need to get the pictures before he's done talking. Otherwise, they'll spot you, okay?
How much time do I
Hey,
have?
Sundry's off.
I hacked into his personal files and took a look at the text of that speech. I'd say you have 7 more minutes. Longer if he throws in a joke or two.
A 7-minute time limit, huh?
Remember, Snake, just the photos, okay?
With these kinds of odds, I won't be making any sudden moves. But that doesn't mean we can just let Metal Gear be hijacked.
Okay, but first the photos.
All right, we'll deal with the rest when we get there.
Stay low.
We initiated development of Metal Gear Ray as a countermeasure to these pirated weapons forces. The only thing that can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course, another Metal Gear.
Come on. Use the ladder.
With Ray, the hundreds, if not thousands, of Metal Gears that exist all over the world are no longer a threat. The blind rush to nuclear proliferation will be contained, and it will be the Marine Corps and our Ray that will accomplish this.
Why did that not work?
At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states. They are all working on deploying their own...
Why am I bleeding?
Metal Gear
I
force
seem to be bleeding excessively.
to compete with the U.S.'s nuclear strike capability. The world is about to see a swarm of these Metal Gear derivatives. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. There's the program that will
Oops.
you...
Snake, respond! Snake! Snake!
Yeah, let's try that again.
We initiated
No, that is not supposed to happen.
as a countermeasure to these pirated weapons forces. The only thing that can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course, another Metal Gear. With Ray, the hundreds, if not thousands, of Metal Gears that exist all over the world are no longer a threat. The blind rush to nuclear proliferation will be contained, and it will be the Marine Corps and our Ray that will accomplish this. At the moment, every industrialized nation on the globe knows the
crawl under here.
specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states. They are all working on deploying their own Metal Gear force to compete with the U.S.'s nuclear strike capability. The world is about to see a swarm of these Metal Gear derivatives. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different in nature from the Navy's. Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire of nuclear proliferation. It is a fact that players in favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our own Ray project. But I promise you that they will not succeed. This weapon will render all other Metal Gears obsolete. Nations building up their own Metal Gear force will think twice about their nuclear strategy in the light of the military dominance spelled out by Ray. The shift in the balance of power will mean a new world order, and we, the Marine Corps, will play a central role in its military affairs. Some say that the strategic importance of aircraft carriers will be reduced by the completion of Ray.
Just kinda...
Not to mention interference from a major player. But this project is vital to
around.
the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind. I have a daughter, and it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier, I know that is my duty. You must be tense. Let's do a little stretching, shall we? Left.
Oh, shit.
Down. Left. Down.
Oh, shit. Well, this, chat's turning interesting.
Snake, respond! Snake! Snake!
One more time.
Not to mention
Oh, at least I start from there.
player. But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind. I have a daughter, and it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier, I know that is my duty. You must be tense. Let's do a little stretching, shall we? Left. Down. Left.
Stretching in unison after talking about their daughter.
You're all familiar with the Shadow Moses incident during the Sears administration. The current state of nuclear proliferation is a direct result of that event.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear?
Metal Gear Ray is amphibious. Unlike the Army's Rex, it can cruise deep underwater, move in. undetected and make its landing on any shoreline. Its onboard joint information distribution system identifies targets with unerring accuracy and takes them out with massive firepower. It is the ultimate weapon, and it is yours to guard. I'd like you all to think about what that means.
Good.
The National Missile Defense Program was initiated in the end of the 20th century, projected to completion in 2005. However, the NMD trial conducted in the year 2000 was complete.
Good.
And the success of the 1999 trials is now considered a chance happening. There was no technological solution in sight, and the program was already attracting strong criticism from Russia and China for its potential violation of the
Now I've got to find this thing that says Marines on it.
The fact that any development in missile defense would trigger accelerated weapons development has been pointed out from the very beginning.
Ah, there it is.
President Sears forced the NMD proposal through and succeeded in deploying.
Good.
Some say that it was a military
so
interest
I've got
with plans for the $100
all
billion
the
program
pictures.
budget that actually arranged the legislative approval.
Sneak along here.
We have intelligence that there are anti-Metal Gear terrorists planning to target the ship.
No, couldn't be.
Intruder to the left! Intruder to the right! Intruder to the left! Intruder to the right! Should that actually happen, I expect you to be prepared. We cannot and will not give up Ray.
There we go. Damn it, Scott. Why can't we guess your password?
So, any codec moments from you, Snake? The first image is... Okay, that's good. The shot from the right is in the bag.
Okay.
What's next? Okay, this works. It's a great front view. What's next? You're a pretty good photographer. We can definitely
Damn right
use
I
this
am.
left shot. Okay, what am I seeing now? This is great. The Marines lettering shows up really well. Okay, now we have all the photos. Snake, the speech is about to wind up. Photos and get out of there now.
We, the Marines, will lead the charge into a new world order with Metal Gear Ray. That is all. Dismissed.
Excellent speech, my friend.
Who the...
Gift of the silver tongue. They say it's the mark of a good officer. And of a liar. Americans are too in love with the sound of their own voice to speak the truth.
Identify yourself.
I am Shalashaska, also called Revolver Ocelot.
What do you want?
This machine will be quite useful.
What are you planning to do? Steal this thing?
Steal?
Why not
No,
Spurs?
I'm taking it back.
Yeah, exactly. For the dramatic effect.
Gerlukovich.
Gerlukovich.
Nobody move. Understood?
Maybe. That seems likely.
This ship now carries enough Simtex on its key structural points to blow it out of the water at the touch of this button. That's right. No one has to die needlessly. We're almost at the target. Get a move on.
What do you intend to do with Gray? Sell it on the streets?
I was raised in Snezinsk, formerly known as Chelyabinsk 70, the nuclear research outpost.
What are you talking about?
After the Cold War ended, my home was bought out by the Americans.
Is there a point to this sad story?
Not you would understand. Land, friends, dignity, all sold to the highest bidder, the United States of America. Even the technology that gave birth to these weapons is Russian, developed by us.
What do you intend to do?
Russia will rise again. And Ray is the key.
I regret to inform you that I have no intention of selling Metal Gear. As I said, I came to take it back. Yes.
See, these are quiet
returned
Spurs.
to the Patriots.
The Lale Lule Lo.
Lally Lula Low.
How's that possible?
Ocelot, have you sold us out?
I was never in your employ, Gerlukovich.
Are you still in league with Solidus?
No hard feelings, Colonel. Mother Russia can rot for all I care.
Since when, Ocelot? When did you turn?
I'm glad you noticed, comrade. I abandoned her during the Cold War.
Ah!
Metal Gear only has room for one! Gerlukovich, you and your
Spurs are the
dog
things
will
that are on the
die
back of his
here.
boots, Menenius. The little,
Damn
like,
you!
cowboy thing. Yeah, I've never heard Spurs as a dirty word.
Sergei, looks like you were long overdue for a time.
Why did he drop his gun?
Traitors! Stop!
You. That majestic mustache and his sweet ponytail.
Show's over. If you wish to live, I suggest you run now. This ship is still in the lower New York harbor. You may yet make it to shore if you swim for your life.
Nope, not the same as sperm. You'll hear all these terms on Felicia's stream later.
Ocelot!
It's been a while, brother.
Who are you?
You know who I am.
Liquid?
Not so young anymore, eh, Snake? You're drowning in time. I know what it's like, brother. No wonder Naomi passed you over for the Fox Dive program.
Ouch! Get out of my mind, Liquid!
This is where things start getting kind of weird in this series.
The price of physical prodigy. Few more years and you'll be another dead clone of the old man. Our raw materials are vintage, brother. Big Boss was in his late 50s when they created his copies. But I live on through this arm!
Liquid's on.
So if you recall, Ocelot had his arm cut off in the other game by Grey Fox. So he was running around with Stump to the end of the game. And we had a fist fight with Liquid Snake at the end of the game also. And he was killed by the Fox Dive virus when we escaped. And between the events of that game and this game, Ocelot has transplanted Liquid Snake's arm onto his stump. So he now has Liquid Snake's arm. And it appears to be taking him over.
You don't have what it takes after all! You're going down, Snake!
The graphics are still pretty good, Sundry's Up. Like, I mean, they're not top notch, but they're pretty good. The textures are blurry, and I think that's its primary problem. I bet with a texture upgrade pack, this would still look okay. Like, I find a lot of the things look pretty round. Like, there's not a lot of sharp edges, particularly. So it's actually pretty good in that respect, I'd say. And yeah, for a game that's 14 years old, they are really good. Metal Gear Ray. Has a hydraulic cutter. This is the same, or essentially the same as
Snake!
what the first boss in Metal Gear Rising. You fight a Metal Gear Ray.
Snake!
Snake! The only difference is that the one in Metal Gear Rising has some sort of laser beam instead of the hydraulic cutter. So I guess the tail is a lot more rectangular in this compared to Rising, where it's kind of organic looking.
No problems. Proceeding as planned, sir. Yes, at the location we discussed. Yes, I have photographic evidence of Snake on the scene. The cipher was most useful. I look forward to tomorrow morning's news flash. I would say the Marine Corps' plans are on indefinite hold. Yes, of course, Mr. President.
Snake! Save? Yes. New file. Okay, so that was the tanker mission. And no, it's not even close to half the length of the game. Like, the tanker mission is extremely short.
Snake, do you remember the sinking of that tanker 2 years ago?
Of course.
Terrorists blow a hole in an oil tanker full of crude barely 20 miles off the shore of Manhattan. Your classic nightmare. It didn't take long for the government to put an oil fence around the whole mess. And then that massive offshore cleanup facility went up inside.
The big shadow. I hear the cleanup isn't quite over yet.
It takes time, but in the meantime, the shell's become a landmark, a symbol of environmental protection.
Calling teams Alpha and Bravo. Deploy at the big shell as scheduled.
Approximately 6 hours ago, the big shell was seized by an armed group.
Do we have an ID?
Former members of the Navy SEAL Special Anti-Terrorist Training Squad Dead Cell. Russian private army members may also be involved. It's a highly trained group, and they have the big shell under complete control.
I don't know, do you hear right? They certainly called him Snake.
Come in from downwind and pull up fast. Get ready to fast rope down to Shell 1. 5 minutes to ETA. Alpha, your top priority is to rescue and safeguard the President. Team Bravo, watch out for Stillman's back and get those C4s disarmed.
What are their demands?
$30 billion.
$30 billion?
What makes them think they can get that much?
There was a government-sponsored tour going on at the big shell that day.
Hostages, huh?
A VIP from one of the major conservation groups, and one from our own government. The most important person in a sense.
The most important person?
James Johnson.
The president?
Unless the demands are met, the terrorists intend to blow the big shell out of the water.
And the crude will ignite, turning the Manhattan Harbor into an inferno.
That's not the worst-case scenario. If the chlorides being used to decontaminate the seawater go up with the oil, toxins containing catastrophic levels of dioxins will be released. In other words, the bay's ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup for centuries, becoming the worst environmental disaster in history.
Flapdoodles?
You have 2 mission objectives. 1, infiltrate the offshore decontamination facility Big Shell and safeguard the president and other hostages. And 2, disarm the terrorists by any means necessary. You should know that SEAL Team 10 is also conducting a rescue operation.
Good thing it's not SEAL Team 6.
Is this a joint effort?
No. Foxhound remains a covert body. Don't alert them to your presence. That is an order.
This is Snake. I'm now inside Strut A of Shell 1.
How are things?
We're in luck. Looks like there are no sentries posted here.
What's the visibility?
The lights on the plant struts are functioning. I won't have to use the IR goggles.
Any problems?
There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone else besides me that wanted to get in badly.
That's not possible.
What about SEAL Team 10?
They landed on the roof of Big Shell as planned. And by the way, Snake, we're changing your code name for all following communication.
What's wrong with Snake?
Just a precaution. You are now designated Raiden.
Raiden!
All right, Raiden. You've already covered infiltration and VR training.
I've completed 300 missions in VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary.
Okay, we'll skip that part. Make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me
Just
by
call him
codec.
Snake to fuck with
the
me. Like,
frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to reach you, contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the select button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
All right. I'll contact you if anything changes.
First, make your way to the upper section of the Big Shell.
How do I get up to the next level?
There's an elevator at the far end of that area. Use that.
Sounds good.
So essentially,
your new sneaking suit uses electrofiber technology, a byproduct of fiber optics research. The texture isn't far removed from rubber, but the material protects against a wide range of toxic substances. The suit itself has a wide array of built-in sensors. It is referred to as smart skin in military
Osama didn't see it coming.
Data about damage to different regions of the body, including blood loss, is exchanged between the suit and the intravenous nanomachines to create a
nanomachine, son.
There's a lot of pressure on my torso.
Relax. The suit applies varying pressure to major internal organs to maximize performance and safeguard their functions. They call this the skull suit in Foxhound.
Skull suit seems appropriate somehow.
The hatch with a circular handle will open into the elevator area. Locate the hatch first.
Copy that. Moving on to main mission objectives.
He doesn't need to poop. Or if he does, it probably recycles it back in through his mouth. Yeah, the whole calling him Snake at the start of the thing is like just to fuck with you. Ooh, more rations. I can't get them. Mortal Kombat! This is Raiden, from the same as the one from Metal Gear Rising. This is just his first appearance. It is not the same as Snake, Solid Snake.
Colonel, I've sighted an enemy sentry. AN-94 and a Makarov. Those grenades, all his equipment, is Russian-made.
Must be a Gorlukovich man.
Gorlukovich?
A Russian private army that was in line to work with the Shadow Moses takeover group 4 years ago.
What's their stake in this one?
They must have made a deal, an arrangement with the terrorists. They become a band of mercenaries, an army without a country.
Snake used the Raiden was going by the codename Snake, but Raiden is not the same as Solid Snake. And Solid Snake is just a codename. I think Raiden is Gelatinous Snake. No vibrating fingers yet. He's not a cyborg.
Colonel, there's definitely another intruder in here besides me.
That's not a possibility.
Not a team. Looks like a solo job.
One man.
We may not know who he is, but he managed to take care of every sentry in the area. They're all out cold. Whoever he is, he's got some skills.
We need to get an ID. But for now, you can take advantage of the
So I
situation
can wiggle these
and get
cameras
to
around
work.
with the sticks.
There's a terminal in front of the elevator. A node.
Did you say nerd?
Not nerd. Node.
Did you say nerd?
Use the node.
Did you mean
to gain access
nerd?
to the Big Shell's facilities network?
Then what?
Pull up the map of the structure. That'll let you activate the Soliton radar.
The Soliton radar? True. That radar came in useful during VR training.
A radar system uses biological magnetic fields as input. These estimated enemy positions are projected onto a map according to reference points collected via GPS signals and field personnel reports. We need to get to the map through the Big Shell's node to put this data processing to practical use. The node unit is about 3 feet high. Should
The
be colored
nerd
blue.
unit?
Each area has at least one.
How do I gain access?
Just push the action button in front of the node.
Did you say nerd?
The nanomachines in your body will take care of the security clearance and allow you access to the node.
The nerd?
Complete the procedure before those sentries gain consciousness. If they spot you, you won't be able to gain access for a while. Stay on guard.
Got it.
Raiden, you won't be able to use any of the enemy's equipment.
Why not?
You should know that all active weapons are equipped with a personal identification system. The owner enters the required user ID information during the weapon registration.
I'll be stopping streaming shortly.
If anyone other than the registered user tries to fire the weapon, the ID system will not authorize the action.
But these are black market Russian weapons. How can they be equipped with identification functionality?
They must have been customized by the terrorists themselves. These are professionals we're dealing with, and they certainly won't let their own equipment be used against them.
I'm guessing it's the same for the Navy SEALs gear?
Right.
How am I supposed to procure weapons then?
Find the ones that haven't yet been individualized. Everything you find in the item box is clean. You should know this from your VR training.
Okay, I know those.
Items in the item box are yours to use at will. They will be your supply source with regards to weaponry and gear.
How am I gonna use this nerd? Whoa. Good enough. Oh. Blood type? Question mark?
Good work, Raiden.
The radar should be functioning now?
Remember your VR training sessions. The tool is exactly the same one. It maps the terrain as well as the position of enemy personnel. The bright dot in the middle is you, Raiden. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision. Your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it. It gets jammed easily, I'm afraid. It's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful. The Big Shell's layout map should now be available after touching the Start button.
How do I save the mission data?
I've set aside a proprietary frequency for saves, and an analyst to work on the data too.
Jack, is everything all right?
What are you doing here?
Jack, can you hear me?
Rose, you're not supposed to be involved. What's going on?
Jack, I'm a part of this mission.
Colonel, what the hell is going on?
Raiden, meet the mission analyst. She'll be overseeing the data saving and support.
Yeah, really.
Why
Made
her?
from currently existing
The
technology.
Foxhound analyst that was supposed
They
to
made
take part
that
in this
same
mission was
comment
in
in
an
the last
accident.
game, and it's
Rosemary
like, I
was
don't
brought in
understand
as a
what they're
replacement.
getting at.
Accident?
And according to the files, she knows you better than anybody else.
Rose may be in the service, but an intelligence analyst is no field officer.
Not to worry. She has our technical staff at her disposal.
She's never been a part of a field mission. This is insane.
I have my own reasons for selecting her for this mission, soldier.
Colonel, I fail to see...
I know your VR training performance in and out, but sometimes that's not enough. You're familiar with the Shadow Moses incident?
You know I covered it in VR.
If there's a crucial tactical detail that case taught us, it was the power of the operative's will to survive.
I was trained to fight. My personal feelings have no place in a mission.
We've learned that it doesn't work that way. And on the field, you need all the help you can get.
Jack, you're stuck with me whether you like it or not.
Rose.
You need someone to watch your back. But I have conditions that need to be met, Colonel.
What is it?
I'll perform my duties and save that mission data, but I'm aware that technically I'm not part of the mission control team. After all, I'm just a normal girl who's worried about Jack. But that means, Colonel, that I am not required to follow your orders outside of my immediate duties. Jack is not simply a field personnel for me to track. His safety comes first to me, not the mission. And because of that, I will be monitoring and keeping a record of every communication you have with him, Colonel.
Given the circumstances, you're free to do what you see fit.
Hey, I prefer this to being kept in the dark waiting.
I'd like to make a request, if I may.
Of course.
His handle is Raiden. For the duration of the mission, could you call him that?
Yes, sir. All right, Raiden. Let me know when you're ready to turn in a save. The proprietary save frequency is 140.96. I just switched frequencies. Jack?
What?
Do you know what day it is tomorrow?
April 30th. Is there something special about it?
Isn't there?
I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Oh well. I'll keep trying till I hear the answer. I'm gonna let you go now, Jack. Take care.
Alright. Yes, I'm gonna save and stop now. Oh, what the hell? Still on the phone calls?
Raiden, the enemy sentry is regaining consciousness.
Be careful, Jack.
Find somewhere to hide until the elevator arrives. You must stay out of sight.
Oh, well, thanks for giving me, like...
Enemy sight. Requesting backup unit.
All right. Let's go up the elevator. I think this is where we get the big reveal.
The terrorists call themselves Sons of Liberty.
Sons of Liberty?
The name of their leader is Solid Snake.